Alright, welcome back everyone. So, time for another monthly tournament. I'm doing this one recording the games and then commentating over them. So, let me know which format you guys like. So, this one playing against Abstein. He's over 600 on BGA, hasn't played much on Steam app. And, well, I'm Credicore, so I want to pick Credicore. Let's look at the preludes real quick. Supply Drop is a great prelude. Ecology Expert's not very good most of the time. Same with IO. Martian Industries I hate, but if there's one good thing it does, it's being able to play Electrocat. And I happen to have Electrocat, so congratulations. So like the Rick and Morty meme. What is my purpose? You pass the butter. What's my purpose, Martian Rails? You turn on the Electrocat. Anyway, yeah, standard tech is Credicore, always welcome. I was always going to go them anyway, but that makes it even more so. I will say as Doorgate, it's always a little tempting to take standard tech because you can get power for 5 mega credits, which can be like build your own Soletta at home. But yeah, I think this Credicore is too strong, and this is such a good mid-range build. Um, Colonizer, I don't think really makes enough sense with this setup, but it'd be okay to keep. Just with no titanium production, I'm not really planning on going Joves, and I already have my hands kind of full with Electrocat and mining rights, and with standard tech, I can get some pretty efficient points anyway. But hey, your mileage may vary. I have it going on 2x speed. I have tried jumping around in this player before, and it doesn't ever seem to work very well. So we're not going to do that. I forgot to go full screen. Here we go. Alright, so he Tharsis, and he finds Space Mirrors and Big Asteroids. So Space Mirrors kind of sucks, but Big Asteroid's good, Business Empire's good. So my planets might be getting blown up with the Big Asteroid. 3 planets being lost, not ideal, but I mean, what you gonna do, right? So he plays Tharsis there for 1 plant. He may not be able to big asteroid to start. Okay, he can't. He has to do that. So knowing he has big asteroid, in my opinion, it's now in my best interest to spin my plant, but I do steel instead, which I think is a little wrong unless I have a way of converting. And so if I do mining rights on the 1 plant here, that gets me up to 4 plants. Then I can play standard tech and I can SP a greenery convert. That might be okay. It's been about 3 weeks since I played this game, so I don't quite remember what my plan was. But I think if I don't do that, I should have. Okay, well, never mind. Always right not to sell plants because found GIA from the business contacts, which is just fantastic. So I can just drop the GIA now and get the TR, which is fine. Alternatively, I could do the designed and then do the giant ice asteroid. But the one thing you want to keep in mind when you're playing the giant ice asteroid here, yeah, just blow that up, is I don't want to do the mining rights over on Pavanis first. If I do that, then I'm locked over to that area and I can't get the ocean rebates. By doing this first, I get to go and take the ocean rebates and then jump over to Pavanis, which is much better. I just played it designed. Yeah, I could go like standard greenery, but it doesn't make enough sense to me. Herbies is kind of the no-brainer of those cards. The rest are kind of garbage. I guess I can pause here to make it a little clearer. Of these cards, Bird's the only one that really has value. The rest are kind of garbage. Power infrastructure has the most potential to be problematic, so you take that. Also builder purposes. So you could take both. I think it's reasonable. My hand is pretty empty right now, so you might as well just take the upside. So you convert there, and then I should sell a plant since he has big asteroid, which I do. So good. I like that. He can still just wait 1 more gen and play big asteroid, but best to minimize the value he gets. Martian Survey usually means that he doesn't have many cards he wants to play. Building Industries is fine development. I go ahead and go over there. And now you're kind of in a situation here where you go ahead and play standard tech, or you can wait. I choose to wait because if I find Mars U or Olympus Conference, I'm happy. And oh hey, look, it's Olympus Conference. Um, so interesting situation here. You can take Olympus Conference and work towards card draw. You can take the research, and if he takes Olympus Conference, then you can get the quantum, or research and then Olympus. I mean, it's all really good here. I think Olympus is overall better though. Take away the city from Tharsis, and he has a long think on this one because pretty good. But I get research back, which is such a coup, right? You gotta love getting research back with an Olympus Conference first pick. Also means that his quantum's gonna be a lot harder to turn on. Lava tube's not good enough. I put the mining rights in like the spot that blocks off most of the lava tube settlement already. I'm credit core with standard tech. Doesn't make any sense to take lava tube settlement. So I expect he's going to open with big asteroid to blow up my plants here. I know he has it. He hasn't had much use for his titanium so far. It's just expected move here. Yep, and there it is. Black Polar Dust, he doesn't know that I have standard tech, but I'm not convinced that that move is necessarily in his best interest. But 2 cards is nice. It does kind of start putting him in position on planner a little bit with 12 cards in his hand. But generally, if you're going planner and heat prod, then you're kind of going in 2 different directions. Quantum, sorry, not quantum. Lunar Beam is fine as well. I don't think it's like wrong per se, but I already have 2 plants. I'm credit core, and I feel like pushing heat in Gen 3 after it's already been a couple gens means that you're kind of playing into my mid-range strategy more than anything. Finding Preds is a nice pickup. Space Hotel's also fun if I ever find another Earth tag. But yeah, now I just play standard tech, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna standard greeneries if you're gonna push heat. Not much you can do about that. And I wait on more because you could always find Mars U. I mean, Alloys is a no-brainer with Olympus and with the prod I've already got. He has 2 Earth tags. I think Miranda is fine, but Fish is also good. Sponsors comes back, which is great for the Space Hotels. Happy to have him give me that. And yeah, I don't really need Fish, right? I already have Predators and Birds and Herbies. Fish is just too much, in my opinion. I'm willing to sell the plant here because it gets me to an even number. It should be relatively easy to get a conversion, and with the alloys, my steel is now worth a little bit more, so it just makes sense. And see, the Dev Center. Dev Center is an example of where I feel the intentions are not quite aligning correctly. You play the heat, but then you go for card draw, and it just doesn't quite jive with what I think the game plan should be with what you've been doing. Immigrant City, I'm not even convinced is that good of a move on my part, but it does get me access to the south and gives me access for mining area, so it's fine. But with standard tech, it might have just been better to SP a city, in all honesty. Because Immigrant City, I 8 for the power essentially, then 13 for the city. Yeah, it just seems like it's a bit on the expensive side compared to just what SP City would do. But hey, I got all my cards down. That's pretty good development. I can even deep well heating with the steel and just get the heat prod now too, which I think is fine. Takes it from him because he was going to get it to open in the next gen. Of these cards, Investment Loan I think is the best. Adapted Lycan's a little scary for NRA, and Land Claim is really annoying. So my opinion is you take the Investment Loan and then probably take Land Claim on the wheel. Hired Raiders, don't want him to steal my alloyed steel. I want more steel. I don't think I want to play Land Claim. I just don't want to get hit by it. Because losing the 6 pocket would be pretty annoying for me. And it could be annoying for him, but ultimately I just feel having more money is important in this scenario. So he does get the planner, but planner doesn't quite feel in line with the other moves he's been doing of the heat prod, right? That's kind of my main critique of this game from his perspective. I don't have a lot to do here, so I'm probably just going to be passing. I could standard greeneries, but there's no like super rush for it. Next gen I can just SP greenery on Arcia or next to Noctis and then convert again on another card or on 4 cash and have Gardener locked up. He's not really threatening Gardener. He is making a little bit of progress on Builder though, but I think you just pass here. Yeah, you can see I'm 1 away on Builder, so I go ahead and do the SP greenery, thinking, alright, I want to have tempo on converting and playing a building tag and getting a builder as well. So it's okay what I'm doing. It's a little greedy because I'm leaving a bunch of plants open to be destroyed. If he has Deimos, I consider this a bad play, but I'm just basically making a educated guess. I don't think he has Deimos to play on me. Or Virus. Virus would also be devastating to happen here. And Scientist Fund is also looking pretty juicy. But I also really want to be able to play a building tag and claim builder as well. So it's questionable if I can afford it or not, or if he has anything he's going after. But it kind of looks like he could get Thermalist. And since I'm dominating so hard on Scientist, I am a little unsure if I want to give him the chance to fund Thermalist. But I think even if he gets Thermalist, I'm still in an okay position as long as I get Builder here. If there's at least one semi-playable building tag in the draft, I'm in good shape. And, well, that's not it. There is Aquifer pumping. And there's Comet, I guess. Yeah. And now, oh gosh, so here's a decision, right? This is my hand. This is my draft. I really, really, really want Builder, but am I willing to play an Aquifer pumping to get it? I think you always take Lagrange and Comet, but now you have to decide, is Aquifer pumping worth it? And I think with no building tags in hand, and with 5 steals sitting around and getting a milestone swing, it's probably worth it for Aquifer pumping. But I'm not too far away from Terraformer also, right? Because Comet is 2 TR, so I'm at 30, the greenery is 31. I'm essentially 4 TR away from getting Terraformer, but that's still a pretty decent ways away, and he could have plenty of building tags in hand. So I think it is correct to take Aquifer pumping here. But you're not exactly happy about it. I will say that. You probably are going to... I think the correct play would be is to convert, play Lagrange. I have the tempo on him. And then if Lagrange has the better building tag, then I'm very happy. Oh, okay. I'm super greeting it. Just taking the 6 cash. So if he plays a building tag, I think tempo means I have to just play Aquifer pumping and claim. But he does card draw and... Alright, he's at 5, so I do have time. Alright, NRA, so that was something he could have had when I passed Adapted Lichen. But it means I have time now. I can play Lagrange and check to see if I find a building tag as opposed to being in a forced rush to take Builder. So I can draw, I find Food Factory. Well, I think Aquifer Pumping is better, sadly. So, go ahead and play it. I can pump and claim, and I don't think I have enough to claim Scientist as well, but we'll see. So I do like his position a lot better now. He's got good plant prod and he's got good heat prod. Problem is he is losing the milestones, and I am able to just take the some of his auction away with SP greeneries very efficiently because I'm Credicore. Here I imagine he's debating if he wants to raise the heat up any closer such that bushes starts to become a concern, or maybe he has algae and wants to stall in case I pump an ocean so that he can play algae. Alright, so that move I don't really understand. You don't want to industrial center yourself. You would want to do it to me to either, take away the 4 cash spot potential next to Noctis, or go over here for a card, or over here for more of an ocean walk. You don't want to hit yourself, so I think that was a pretty big mistake on my opponent's part. I go ahead and pump, and then I can take Builder since he started threatening it with the industrial center. Now I can sell something, and I already sold. But I accomplished all I needed to get done with the pumping and the claim. And kind of interesting. I think you're always supposed to take the research outpost. It's just a great card. Though Capital is really good as well. And Protected Habs, also really good. It might be Protected Habs comes back, though, if he takes Capital, which I would be very happy about. He takes Capital, which honestly is still playable for me. I could SP City as well. So no need to be forced to claim it, but I have a lot of steel that's alloyed and I don't really have a use for it right now. So, it's something to think about. But ultimately, I think when it costs 2 power and you're Credicore with standard tech, you just SP the city instead. Don't overthink it and overcomplicate it. It does mean my Predators is dead now with him having protected Habs. So I elect to go down here in the southeast. And I get algae. Better lucky than good. Um, at this point, the plants are more valuable even though I have alloyed steel. I don't really have a steel target in hand that I'm that interested in, so just better to keep the plants around. Helps convert into extra points with the Herbies. I do need to be careful about urbanized area. I'm not sure if it exists or where it is at this point in the game. Maybe I saw it. I'd have to go back and check the draft. I already forgot, and I've forgotten the game as well. So if I'm going to put a greenery down, I'm going to try and be very careful about its location. So if you're going to put a greenery between one of your cities, which one would you want to put it in? And in my opinion, you'd want to put the greenery on the card. That way, if he does put a city there, it's a max of 2 points. If you were to put it over on the ocean, it'd let his city take the card from you, and then also have 2 additional spaces in the south that he could leech off of. So if you're going to convert, I'd say put it on the card, but preferably just don't give him an option to do either of them. As you can see here looking at it, Landlord's a little scary to fund for me since he has NRA. Thermalist also looking pretty good for him. But that greenery, I don't really understand that. He converted giving me the oxygen bonus at 8%, and I'm Credicore, so I just have to standard 1 greenery. So I don't know what the rationale is. Maybe biomass combustors? Maybe insects? We'll see. But I could just I could do investment loan, SP greenery, and convert, and that's plus 2 cash. So might have been worth it. But it's tough here on what this choice should be. You can take Invention Contest. It lets me see 3 new cards. I am a little lacking on things to do. And it is synergy with Olympus Conference. But at the same time, Small Animals is looking pretty good this game. And Towing a Comet's no slouch either. I'd take Invention Contest, just hoping to see more cards. I think it's fine, but I think Small Animals is also really, really good here. And I'm sad to have to pass it. Sabotage makes the most sense because I have alloyed minerals. You don't want to get hit by that. I could hit him as well, and I probably should have, but at this point in the game, I'm feeling okay about my chances, and I don't really think Sabotage is needed, quote unquote, because he has plenty of minerals lying around, and paying 4 mega credits to hit myself, to hit him for 7 just didn't seem that needed. Probably incorrect. I probably should have taken Sabotage and hit him with it because it is a net positive on the trade-off. And you can see here I'm also not sure if towing is even good because the way the O2 is going, and I got the aquifer pumping as well. But I think it's okay. I just need to aquifer pump on the titanium, and then if I don't find a use for titanium for like Deimos, can do that. This is kind of garbage. You take the security fleet because the others don't do anything. Pump on the titanium, I think, is the correct place to go. I go on the card because I'm hoping to find something, and I find ants. It's not worth it. So I think that was a mistake on my part. 8 cash is just better than a card, right? He has viral enhancers and kelp farming, so that's a little unfortunate. I'm definitely glad I didn't fund Landlord right about now. Though, hey, that's a nice city spot right there for 3VP. It's honestly not bad at all here. Standard Tech Credit Core with Immigrant City. And I got Urbies too, which is nice. Raising heat here means I assume that he might have bushes, but then he says in the chat, I thought I clicked on my hand and instead I raised heat. So unfortunate for him. That's a unfortunate mistake to make, to push game tempo when you may not want to. And here I'm looking at my hand, I'm going, wow, this is dead. I guess I'll just pass and just save my money. It could be that SP City was correct, but let's find a wait. All right, he has insects now, so he has a lot of plant prod. So yeah, towing definitely not looking that needed. And it might be up to me to SP asteroids to get out of this game before that plant prod becomes a problem. Advanced ecosystems is kind of a no-brainer. Ice cap melting is not very good, so just cut the immigrant shuttles. Or immigration shuttles, I guess. Methane is whatever. Doesn't matter. You just take the 3VP card because it's 3VP and the rest is too inefficient to pay off in the remaining gens of this game. So, I've got Standard Tech. It is well within my ability to push the end of the game. I don't want to let him with his 15 plant prod start to dominate on the ground, and then I could be in some trouble. Since I have the milestone flip and I'm leading on the ground right now, though, it's in my interest to just push for the win. He plays Probe. I think he's playing towards the Quantum, which seems a little slow to me. I just go ahead and SP the asteroid. I'm just going to start pushing. He funds Thermalist, which is fine. Definitely looks like he is winning Thermalist. But I don't really have anything I want to fund. Like Miner's not safe. I don't think Banker looks very safe. Landlord definitely doesn't look safe with him having 15 plant prod. So, he can just fund them all, I guess. I'm just going to push for game end as efficiently as I can. And the nice thing is, if he does push the O2 here, I can play birds on him. And if he doesn't want to push the heat, then all that heat prod that he played is kind of worthless. Permafrost taking my 8 cash from the titanium is a good move. I was a little sad he did it. But now it's up to him. You can take the heat, or you can let me have the free ocean. He plays the quantum, which I think is just too slow, to be quite honest. It does give him a discount on Miranda, but I think Miranda is too slow as well. But I think he must realize that he's kind of in a losing state no matter what this game if he pushes heat, so he can't push heat, but he also might not have the efficient enough cards in hand to play for a longer engine game, so but he's just trying to make do with what he's got. It's all speculation here, but that's my speculation. So with all the oceans done, towing looks pretty bad now. It's still okay as a titanium dump if I truly find nothing, but maybe the security fleet is better at this point. And I also need to debate if I want to raise heat or if I want to save the heat for the local heat trapping for a conversion. And I say I'm just going to take the remaining O2 from you. Take the titanium in order to, I think, play Towing a Comet to turn on the birds. Yeah, which is okay. Getting birds online is probably reasonable enough. Because it looks like now I can end next generation with 2 SP asteroids here. Or 3 SP asteroids, excuse me. I could also pass and wait and see. I'm just missing 1 point on birds, but I mean, it's also 2 plants from him, right? That's pretty good. But yeah, I say I'll wait on Towing a Comet. That way I can get another titanium to help pay for it if I don't find something better. I'll just do a standard greenery for more points, which makes sense to me. Large convoy is definitely something better. Oh, baby. All those cards are dead. Useless draft. Earth Office is funny, but it basically just pays for itself. Is neutral with a large convoy, so I say, skip that and just take the science in case that's useful for him. So now I gotta do a little bit of math. Can I afford to SP Greenery and take 3 asteroids and get the last and play large convoy here? And it's like, I don't know. It's a little tight if I can afford all this. Ultimately, I say, let's just go ahead and take it. I think I can afford it all. If I had the extra 8 cash from that ocean, though, it'd be a lot smoother. So I think it was a mistake to have gone for the card. I should have just gone for the TI. So yeah, he funds Banker, which is fine, though I can kind of threaten Banker. Banker is definitely not safe, but it's safe enough. But I'm winning by enough that as long as I end, I'm pretty sure I just win. Rad suits, sure. But yeah, you can see here, I got all the cash I need. Sabotage and Hired Raiders are out, so I know it's impossible for him to stop me. I would like to play Advanced Ecosystems, but I don't know if he'll allow me to or not. He plays Mangrove, which is a great card. But he really needs like an open city or something to convert that steel into a city for all those plants. Small animals at this stage of the game is 1 point, sure, but doesn't really do too much. And I'm really hoping he takes the last heat so I can play Advanced Ecosystems. But, Eos is okay. But it looks like he put it on the small animals, so that's not great. Because it's still one point unless he took the plant from it. I didn't pay enough attention while commentating this if he did. He does not find life, not that I think it would change the results of the game. So, just look at this prod line, right? 42 heat stored up. That is a lot of value left on the table that he invested just because it was a state of the game at which I was winning the short game. And so I think the key there was not to play the Lunar Beam and the Carbonate and to instead recognize that, hey, Threat is winning a game if I push heat, so I have to not invest in that, and I just need to try and play to the ground with my insects and all that stuff. I don't know what he had, if he could have played to the game or to the ground at that point or not, but just an example of how it can be tricky to read the game pace. And so yeah, he's smart enough not to raise the heat and let me get extra points for free, so I just go ahead and asteroid, and I can play the rad suits, but I can't quite play Food Factory. Don't think it flipped Banker anyway. 6 to 12, yeah. That'd have been 2 mega credits short. I still get a nice conversion there. Good looking cities, and he didn't have the money to get a city to surround with all those greeneries, which is unfortunate for him. And so yeah, it's a 30-point win. It's there's not much to say. Credit Core with Standard Tech is kind of unfair, and the fact that I got 2 milestones because of how efficient Credit Core is on Tharsis leads to a bit of a lopsided thing there, especially when opponent invests in heat and then can't use the heat. That really kills a lot of their ability to have counterplay to what I'm doing. And yeah, that's the game. I wonder how Thorgate Standard Tech would have gone, but we'll just have to find out another time. If I see Credit Core, I try to pick Credit Core. And because it means the I Win Corp. My name says it all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Game 2 will come out before too long here. It's already happened. I just haven't recorded the audio for it. But let me know if you guys have any more interesting games that you want me to review. I'm always happy to look at interesting games because it's hard sometimes with the higher level games to find interesting, crazy games. You tend to see some of the same play patterns play out over and over in the high level games. And so don't be afraid, even if you're a little bit of a lower elo, to submit to me some games that have some wacky like power infrastructure shenanigans or caretaker contracts or underground deaths or games on other maps. I know they're in alpha right now on BGA, but Hellas and Elysium are always interesting to commentate for. And then there's that new map, which I've not tried in a multiplayer game yet, which will always be fun to look at. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.